This video is about improving communication for introverts. We are living again in a very competitive world. Everybody is out there putting themselves in social media or even in organizations, self-branding themselves. And that's very important to brand yourself. And I will make a video on that very soon. But if you are an introverted person, you may lose out from really good opportunities. You may be a top performer in your company, but not many will know about it. And the smarter ones who may not be as intelligent as you or as hardworking as you, but maybe more of polishing and marketing themselves better than you, and they will race ahead of you. So I really want all those who are feeling that you're an introvert to listen to this video fully. Now, you must be wondering, who are introverts? Introverts are not necessarily people who are shy to speak to people or who get anxious speaking to people. Introvertness is not something that is genetic or that is by birth. A lot of times it is the environment where you grow up. It's the environment where you're surrounded with, the kind of people that you're surrounded with can make you become an introverted person. I once remember a lady who worked with me in Australia, and she happens to come from South Africa. She told me that her family always told her that being a female, she mustn't talk a lot. So she became introverted. And with a lot of support and mentoring and coaching from me, she became an extroverted person. Or at least she knew how to handle her introvertedness, but didn't affect her career. That is why all of you who are feeling introverted should listen to this video. Do you know 25 to 40% of the world, people are introverted? What's common between Mahatma Gandhi, President Obama, Deepika Padukone, Ranbir Kapoor, and Elon Musk? They're all introverted people. Can you believe that? Very successful in their careers. One of my own mentors and father figure who groomed me to become the youngest CEO is a completely introverted person. But I never knew that because he's trained himself to be outspoken when needed. But when he is done in a day of talking, he will just go into a shell and get out of the scene. So there are ways to manage your introvertedness to an extent that it doesn't affect your career progression. What are some fun facts about introverts? Introverts like their me time. They like to be alone. They get a lot of energy from being with themselves. Second one is they despise people who show off, who seek attention. When they are speaking to a person, they're extremely active in listening and they want to know real details about you. So if you have an introverted friend, watch out that they actually know a lot more about you than many of your other friends. Introverted people don't like gossips and rumorings. They don't contribute to these small talks and unwanted discussions. But them being an introvert also has a lot of key strengths. So what are the key strengths that helps introverts to capitalize on it? So all you introverts, you have some amazing key strengths and utilize it to your advantage. Your active listening that helps you to understand concepts, grasp things better than extroverts. You have a lot of empathy when you're listening to people. So people connect with you and that brings a lot of respect for the relationship they have with you. Introverts speak when it's required and they make a lot of sense and meaning when you speak. So you get a lot of respect, a newfound respect. You should be proud of that. And also finally, when you spend time, it's quality time. So these things are great advantages that you should maximize and capitalize. Finally, how do you improve your communication as an introvert? So let me take you all through certain points you can use to improve your communication as an introvert. First thing you should do is set a goal that you got to put yourself out there if you want to progress in your career and in your life. Even if you want to pick up a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you got to be out there. So you got to decide in your head, I need to talk when it's needed. So you got to put an outer shell where required. Now, how do you do that? My suggestion is for various scenarios and different kind of opportunities presented to communicate with people, prepare a set of standard questions. If it is work scenario, and you're meeting a new person for the first time, what are the questions you will ask? If you're going to a party where you're meeting complete strangers, what kind of questions you will ask? If you're in a classroom talking to fellow students, what kind of questions you will ask. So prepare certain questions, a certain set of questions, a first set of icebreaker questions. Always have this handy. If you're unsure, you will remember, write in a cheat sheet, keep it in your wallet or your purse. Now, next point, when you go into an environment where you have to communicate with strangers, the first person that you see, start talking to that person. Don't see whether it's an old person, young person, are they like you, are they dissimilar, are they smart, are they nerdy, are they quiet, doesn't matter. Just start the conversation. You have the set of questions from the previous points I mentioned. Use that. When you meet this person, think in your head, you have a goal. You got to communicate with them even for 2 minutes. Think about that wonderful promotion or a relationship that you will make by making that first step. Put a hook in your head. If I do this, I have something else amazing coming. If then else. Once you've started meeting people and you start communicating, you will start getting into a flow of suitable topics that this person may like. So just be aware of some world knowledge. Read newspapers, read magazines, be aware of current affairs so you can pick up conversations and continue the conversations. You don't have to be a master of any subject, but be a jack of a few different subjects which will come handy when you are interacting with people. That's point number 3. Now, point number 4 is, sometimes as an introvert, when you're communicating with someone for a long time, it can be suffocating for you. Just take a break for maybe 5-10 minutes, get out of that place, give an excuse that you want to grab a glass of water or go to the toilet, refresh your mind, come back and continue. Because introverts do need that break once in a while. The 5th point is starting various forms of communication. Before you try out your external communication, start with social media communication. Write emails, send messages to people, then extend it to a presentation to a known audience. And then finally can be presentation to an unknown stranger audience. Just take step by step and practice. The next point is join Toastmasters Club. It's available in every city. It's a club worldwide called Toastmasters. It is where people who don't know each other come together and practice public speaking and communication. This will really help to remove your anxiety, remove the stress out of you, and helps you communicate. In an unbiased, unjudged environment, you will feel after a few sessions you're yourself and you will start practicing communication, and it will help you become a more confident person. But the most important and the last reason is just remember, if you don't actively pursue and practice these tips, you could be stuck in your career forever. So for all these reasons, I would like the introvert listening to this video to practice these tips, and do share if any of these tips are working or not in the comment section down. Some of the best comments that I read, I will give you a one-on-one mentoring session from myself to help you improve your communication. Even if you're an extrovert, you're trying to help your introvert friend, you can add your comments and get this mentoring award from myself. I hope you enjoyed the video. We spoke about why is communication important for introverts, how can you improve your communication if you're an introvert, and some fun facts but very strong points about why being introvert is not a bad thing as well. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you clicked on the subscribe button. Till I see you next time, stay fit, stay positive, keep chasing obscene success.